Bow down before my psycho power.
Right now, there's a new update for Tekken 8, and I just want to talk about everything that's happening in the update, but also around it. There's a big discussion around the update and what the update is offering, and we're just going to break it all down very simply in this video. The Battle Pass for Tekken 8 Round 2 is only active until September 21st, which for those of you who don't know, is just over 3 days at the time of recording. I maxed out my battle pass as you can see here, but for those of you who haven't, you want to grind and you want to grind now, because the cool thing about this battle pass and the reason why I purchased it is because when you buy it, you get your coins back. You buy it one time, and as long as you complete it, which is very easy to do, you can continuously buy the next battle pass, So I think it's a good investment for that reason. Now, as for the character balance, I don't think anything will be addressed in this update, but in the next update, they're going to do something very interesting. Because the developers once told us that they weren't going to do anything for the game until Season 1 was over. And then they gave us this long screenshot here for version 1.07, and at the very top you can see they left something spicy for us to wonder and think about. It says, in version 1.07, as with the previous updates, no balance adjustments were made, focusing instead on stabilizing behaviors and fixing bugs. Then they go on to say, in the next update, version 1.08, in addition to bug fixes, small-scale balance adjustments such as damage reduction for some characters like Nina and Dragunov are planned. They said they weren't going to balance the game, and the players have been begging for them to do so, and the developers are now seeming like they're going to balance the game to some degree. So I do like that even though they didn't want to, they're listening to players. Now, what actually will they do? Because they say such as damage reduction, but they can do many different things in here. They can nerf the flash, they can nerf damage, they can nerf combos, mix-ups, Oki. I don't think they'll do anything too crazy and like mind-blowing. I think they're going to play it really safe. They really don't want to change up the balancing too much and destroy the current tournament landscape. Some people would argue that it's already worthless, so go ahead and do what you want with it. But I do respect their wanting to like salvage the competitive integrity. I mean, you talk about Capcom dropping characters 2 days before the tournaments and tournament organizers being upset on Twitter. So their respect for the tournament integrity, I appreciate that. But I don't think it should come at a cost to the game, because in my opinion, the game and its current state is more important than tournaments. If everyone hates the game, no one's going to watch a tournament, right? So they're making a correct decision here to nerf the damage at the bare minimum for Nina and Dragunov, but I wouldn't be surprised if Yoshimitsu's a part of that. As a side note, on Twitter, there's people who are complaining about people complaining, which I see a lot of in my comment section as well. Moonsault Slayer, you're always complaining. And I do so because I love this game and I want to see this game reach highest highs that I know it can, what Tekken 7 was able to do. And in my opinion, they're not going to do that with not balancing the game for multiple months on end. So I'm happy that they're doing this. And when they release the patch notes for this, the actual patch notes, I'm going to make a follow-up video breaking down everything, you guys know. But let's continue. Let's talk about what's next in this update. The first thing that I want to talk about is the skins that will be added to the shop. Now, we've seen the first set of skins that they added to the shop, and it was basically this Hawaiian skin. A lot of people like it. I think it's a very popular skin all across Twitter. There was memes. Play the game itself, you can see a lot of different characters are using it, but also different parts of it, most noticeably the hat and the collar for the male character. And you can also talk about the items and how they affect gameplay. Me personally, I don't like it, but you know, it is what it is. That's where the developers are currently at. But this wasn't the only set of skins that we found in the files when the update first went live. We also found this outfit as well. Now, even though they haven't specified what this update will entail, we can pretty much guarantee that it will be this outfit as well. And while I do think these outfits are cool, they do bring up some issues with Tekken as a whole, most notably reusing old assets. And to show you exactly what I mean, you have this tweet here. Coney says the dangerous grappler hair and wonderful wrestler hair are edits of Smart hairstyle and Nina's hairstyle. What players are noticing is that time and time again, the developers are adding something into the game for free. You talk about the base version of the game, but then they make slight alterations to it, whether it be the length of it, whether it be how long it is, and then they call it a new item and sell it to a player. For example, the most new item we have is this shotgun. Here's the default shotgun. You you get for free with the game. This shotgun is the same exact shotgun from this past. They just reskinned it. Is this a new thing entirely, or is it not new? You guys comment down below. You can see there's like a little spike at the end of it as well, right? So that's one example of taking a pre-existing thing, changing it, and then selling it. And you have more egregious examples like this one here. You have this Azazina female shirt, 2 sleeves on both arms, the torso up top, and then you have the one that they charged for. Same thing, is just repatterned, 1 sleeve still, left arm, and the neck is different. You can look at this and say that this is a stretch, that they made enough changes to it to make it its own unique item. And I think a lot of people want to disagree with you. But where we got to draw the line is with the hair. This is one of the oldest examples of them reusing something. So this is Nina's default hair. What the developers did is they sold us this version here. And it's slightly shorter, and they split the hair up so you could color it in 2 separate ways. So is this enough of a distinction to call this a new piece of hair and sell it? Or should the developers, completely, redesign, come up with a totally new hairstyle and then sell it? When you talk about hair, bro, there's so many great hairstyles in Tekken that players love. Long hair, the ponytail hairs. There's a screenshot in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I'll try to get it and put it in so you can see how many unique hairstyles they have. And for them to not use any of that and just make slight alterations and then change the color and call it new, that is why I think a lot of players are frustrated. And you have another example here with this hairstyle. You can see, look at how long it comes up top. They have this version here where the top is shorter, so it's like cut, and then they cut it into 2 different colors, and then they cut this one right here, a little design, right? Like I said, 1 or 2 of these would be okay. I don't think players would bat an eye. But when you have example after example after example of them taking an item for free, making some changes to it, and then selling it to us, players, when they reach into their pockets and get their wallets out, they just want to spend money on something that's totally new and unique. And I think the players are right for requesting that, right? But let's move on. Now, another thing we have to talk about is the scary loot boxes that we were all foreseeing in our nightmares. We finally have that implemented into the game, and we have a full explanation of what it is. We know, first off, I guess let me say, these boxes are reskin crates from Tekken Mobile. In Tekken Mobile, they had their own specific way that they worked, but in Tekken 8, they tweaked it, and now they have a totally new function. And that function is very simple, actually. Let me go to the shop. So here, when you look at the shop, you can see that these 4 crates are right here. And it simply says Kazuya and Jun Costume Pack 1, Xiaoyu Jun Costume Pack 1, Nina Harang, and then King and Law. All of these are 50% off, which at this point you might as well wait until everything is $1 or 50% off is basically what this is telling me. So basically we all were wrong. The people who said loot boxes are wrong. The people who said lucky boxes are also wrong. These are just skins that are bundled together and currently are being sold at half price. Also, what you have to notice about these boxes, well, you see how they have 2 of them here. In the files, we see that they have a box by itself and a box in a group of 3. So even though there's sets of 2 right here, they still have the 3 and the 1. So sometime down the road, maybe they'll do a skin by itself half off, or maybe you'll get 3 for the price of 1 or whatever, right? But this is a lot less scary than we initially thought, and that's a good thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe, and bye-bye.